What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Guy Up podcast
What
with
up?
Zach. There's Zach there, Tens, and yourself, Mason. How's everybody doing? Everybody,
Yourself.
yourself.
What an
I
intro,
got
Mason.
rattled because I literally was like, "I'll take it. I'll take the lead." And then,
I
here
hit
we are.
Start. Mason said, "Who's doing it? I'm doing it." Within a millisecond of each other.
I like the decisiveness, though. It took over.
So, can we all make it? Speaking of decisiveness, can we just
Yeah.
throw week 0 out of just all things known to mankind and just this is real football here? Week 0 is just a disappointment. And
Kansas State got an L. What are you talking about? That counted.
It did count.
A Big 12 loss too.
Nobody was plugged in.
Throw that out.
Is that your surprise of the week? Something from 2 weeks ago?
No, that's not my surprise. I very much care about what's going on in the Big 12, and Kansas State getting a conference loss is a big deal.
That is a big deal. But as it came to like excitement and enjoyment, it was not, and comes nowhere close to week 1. And we're here. We made it.
I mean, yeah, obviously. Mason's just trying to get rid of football again.
No, that's not the case. We either go all in on week 0 or we get rid of it. We don't do this in the middle where
this guy was
kind of
on
good,
a
but
cruise
not really.
in Alaska. That's why he didn't care about week 0. Trying to get rid of football for the rest of us.
Well, I was wondering, did I miss anything? And does it Kansas State? Whoop-de-doo. That's the only thing I missed, apparently.
Wow, this guy.
That's a big game for people that bet on conference championship.
That's true,
contenders. Kansas State was the favorite.
It's a good point. Okay.
It's an excellent
we started out the gate.
This guy. Once again, Mason's trying to get rid of football. I think you did this last year, too. You're like,
guys, what if we had less football?
I just want a better week 0 if we're going to do it.
Take what you get, man. Like I said, come June, you're begging for anything. Any football.
We were begging for preseason. I don't know how much
trying to get rid of football.
Well, NFL's this week as well. Not trying to get rid of that.
No.
So we'll definitely not I won't be getting rid of that. And college football, we have a lot to talk about. So do we want to jump on in, everybody, on some college football?
Love it.
Yeah, back where we belong. Football season. This is what this pod. We're not big basketball, NBA guys. We're not baseball guys at all. Not hockey or tennis as well. But when it's football time, we're here. We've got some content for you. We've been cooking.
Oh yeah,
got some ideas. But yeah, big stuff.
We do have a lot in the pipeline. We had a lot of football this weekend. We were just talking about before how it was. You had football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're recording this on Monday evening as we speak. Bill Belichick is making his coaching debut. I'm speaking it into existence in the could age really bad, really fast take of the year. Shout out to the North Carolina Tar Heels for Bill Belichick's first win as a college coach.
Need it. Some of us got some big futures on North Carolina for some reason.
Oh, I know why. I can't talk about that. Every take I say is just going to age poorly if they lose. So we're just
for the listeners, it's tied 7-7 in the first quarter. So just
it's a tie game. So we're all good.
There's 4 quarters in a football game. Last time I checked,
many quarters. We had some big games. We had Ohio State, Texas. We had Clemson, LSU, Miami, Notre Dame. We had some big stuff go down. We had some 4 top 10 teams in total lose in week 1. That's a lot of top 10 teams. So we had some interesting stuff. We are going to break down all of the action, and we have decided on kind of our framework for talking about the games this season. We have some superlatives we're going to give out for the football that we have watched over the course of the weekend. Right now is only college, so all 3 of us are giving college takes.
That's right.
So we have 4 superlatives, including Mason.
Big college football guy.
I did my homework.
Hater of college football.
Famous going out and doing things all days on Saturdays and not watching college football.
I actually watched some games this weekend. I know what I'm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mason will be out at a pumpkin patch soon missing college football while me and Zach
Can't
are
wait.
ignoring our families watching Houston versus Louisiana Tech or something crazy.
Did I do something like that last year? I feel like you're actually probably right about that. Listen,
so
go ahead.
Was right.
We're adding a wrinkle in this year. This is we came with this idea. It may be a really bad one. Here's the idea. So there's 4 superlatives. Here the superlatives are for game of the week, performance of the week, surprise of the week, and fraud of the week. And so here's how these superlatives are going to go. Each of us are going to pick our nomination with the wrinkle of if one of us, so we have to pick beforehand. If one of us picks the same thing as one of the other 2 guys on this podcast, I think what we need to do is every time that you pick the same as someone else, both of you get a point, and at the end of the season, whoever has the most points total has to do a punishment.
I absolutely love this.
I love a good punishment.
So what we're gonna do is every time. So let's say that Tins and I both pick the same game of the week. Isn't there? There's like a childhood game like this where you say numbers right or whatever, and if you can't say them at the same time, it's kind of the same idea here.
Yeah.
We can't pick the same game, or else we both get a point.
Yeah.
It's an honor system, Mason. So you can't change stuff as we go. Talking to Mason.
Why am I targeted? I have it on a notepad right now.
Mason is the one that I'm concerned about because he's going to go fully NFL. It's going to be hard to get him.
We can maybe do just college for that.
I don't know.
We can figure it out.
There could be some.
What you were talking about just then about like if people get the same, we played a game in like elementary school, just quick story, where you put like your hands behind your back, and when you put your hands out, you had a number, and if you matched with somebody else, you were out. So
yeah, it's like that.
That was the thing. Yeah, just like it.
So the idea is that we know there's a lot of sports podcasts out there. There's some great content out there. We want to make sure we're covering the stuff that we don't want to just replay the same talking points as everybody else. We want to give our spin. We want to talk about the games. We're introducing a new segment starting in our end of week episode that we'll be showing then. But we're going to talk about some interesting games that we thought were fun. Ohio State, Texas, not the only game this weekend.
Yeah,
you'll be shocked to hear. There's a lot of football. So we're going to talk about some stuff. I'm pretty excited. Are you two ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got my notepad ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're starting with game of the week. I'm pretty concerned here at the outset, I'll be honest with you. Okay, let's just go one at a time through game of the week, and we'll see if we have any that crossover. Then we'll spend a little bit of time with each one. Are you ready?
All right. Yep, ready.
Okay, Mason, what'd you pick here?
I picked Auburn versus Baylor as my game of the week.
Great pick.
Jackson Arnold had 137 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. I think there was either kickoff or a long punt. Let me look. It was a special teams touchdown, a 98-yard kickoff return, and the Baylor quarterback, he had over 400 yards throwing in that game. 419. Sawyer Robertson had 419 yards.
How much of that game did you watch Friday night?
Well, we got back that night, so that was actually the game that I ended up watching because I got back. Yeah, I didn't see any on Thursday, so I was very I was like, oh, can't watch any of those. So we did. That was one of the games that I watched. So high scoring game, 38-24 ish, high scoring. It wasn't like the Texas Ohio State game. So that is my game of the week.
Okay, love it. Tins, what'd you pick?
All right, I went with Miami and Notre Dame. Close. Great.
There it is.
There it was. All right. Truly,
we're starting out strong.
A good back and forth game. Miami up 2 scores going into the fourth quarter. Young freshman quarterback CJ Carr brings them back in a 2-minute drill, ties up the game, but left too much time on the clock. And Miami finds a way to go hit a field goal and win the thing.
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
My guy's back. Big
Oh,
Miami guy.
He's all over Miami this year after I needed him last year to be this way.
Miami and Florida State are back.
I think I might love Florida State. Just as a sidebar.
So yeah, I'm gonna give my game, and I'm gonna lump it into my my performance of the week as well.
Okay.
So I will say Tins had my game of the week, so we both got a point on that
We
one.
both got a point
started
there.
off early. I'm gonna give my second place because I was toying between two. I really thought Tins might pick this other one, so that's why I didn't pick it. Georgia Tech, Colorado, very fun game.
It was a fun game.
And there was a very back and forth. It was in Colorado. It was an awesome atmosphere. And so that was my second place game of the week. But I'm going to go ahead and give my performance of the week. On top of it, Haynes King, quarterback for Georgia Tech. Tim, did you pick that too?
No, that would have been.
Oh. Okay, we'd be cooked.
We'd have been done with this contest.
Performance of the week. Haynes King, he was injured. You could tell he was shaken up. Here is some of his stat line though. He went 13 for 20, 143 yards and 1 interception passing. But his rushing numbers, 19 carries for 156 yards, 8.2 yards per carry with 3 touchdowns.
Crazy.
He willed that team to win. He scored a touchdown late, 45-yard touchdown run, where he was like limping into the end zone practically. Put the team on his back. Performance of the week, Haynes King.
Nice. Okay, I'll go ahead and do my performance of the week. I went with Tommy Castellanos. Hard word to say.
You did
this guy,
I like that.
So quarterback at Boston College for the last few years, got benched / kind of quit on the team last year. Enters the transfer portal, goes to Florida State. Florida State obviously has the year they had last year where the whole world just fell apart and they were terrible. People were writing them off. They're 14-point underdogs at home to Alabama. And he says he backs up some major trash talk. He said Nick Saban is not there anymore. He can't come and save them. They're not. I don't know what they're going to be able to do to stop me. And he led them to a convincing victory, 31-17, I think was the final score. So backed up all the trash talk. Performance of the week, beating up a once proud Alabama program.
I like that. Talk this trash, back that up. You love to see it.
I mean, I was trashing him last week. I was like, "There's no way this guy's gonna." And then I took Florida State on the pod, but I was even trashing him before. I was like, "Well, that's just too many points." So he proved a lot of people wrong.
He did.
I'm going to go with, I think Tinsley's going to hate this pick for performance of the week. I think he was on Clemson. Were you on Clemson?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Garrett Nussmeier I
was very much against LSU. I'll tell you that too.
You were against. So now he leads the odds in Heisman now after that performance just by a little bit. Now here's the thing that LSU, I looked because I was curious. They are tied for the most teams to play against a top 25 ranked team with 7, I believe. They play 7 ranked. Yeah, 7 ranked opponents with this season. They're tied LSU, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Florida. So if he can keep that,
for Mississippi State, considering
right. It ended up scoring in the fourth quarter. That was the only score in that late to take the lead to the 17-10 game. That is my performance of the week.
Love it. Okay, Mason.
Yeah, LSU really kind of put a hurting on me.
Yeah. Sorry, Tins.
You had some real anti-LSU takes on this podcast.
That's all right, because they're still coming.
Well, he probably is happy to hear that they have 7 ranked opponents on their schedule.
It's fine.
I bet him to win the SEC. I sent the parlay, but still.
Okay. There you go. Okay, what do we have next?
All right, Mason. Surprise of the week.
Okay, this was kind of off the. It's just because I was shocked when I was looking at the box scores on the television at the time. I was not specifically watching the game because after you hear this matchup, but it was Kentucky actually not covering to Toledo. They were a 9.5, 10-point favorite on some of the books, and they only lost by 6, I believe. So now I'm wondering, is Kentucky going to be bad, or was that just kind of a? And they still won the game. Don't get me wrong, but it was in Kentucky, 24-16. Kentucky not covering the
It's
spread.
interesting.
You must not have listened to our SEC over and win totals.
I was listening.
Zach Calzada.
Did you have Toledo being that close? I think they were tied at one point.
I bet them to cover the spread. True ball knowers know that Toledo, who won the MAC last year, is a good football team. But you're too busy on Saturdays drinking pumpkin spice lattes and not watching ball.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I was literally in Alaska. You can't give me that. I couldn't listen to the podcast.
I'm talking about. Well, Kentucky was. I think you were on the episode when he talked about Kentucky.
Listen, Zach Calzada very bad. He's very bad at football.
There's a lot of A&M quarterbacks throughout college football.
A lot of them. Haynes King is one.
He's not good at quarterback either.
He's a good running back.
They even got a safety. It was let's see, it was 17-9 at one point, thinking that they could actually 10-2 win that game.
It was 10-2.
10-2,
yeah.
Crazy.
The MAC, I think, did well across the board. I saw they beat Central Michigan, beat somebody too that was above them as far as conferences go. The MAC, don't sleep on the MAC.
You know what?
Don't sleep on them.
Since you all were expecting that and that wasn't a surprise to you, I guess I don't have to worry about you all picking that as your surprise of the week.
That is true.
Mason heard the word punishment.
Mason's like, I'm not touching this punishment.
Tens even made money off of that game, so. Or was it part of a parlay?
No, it was a single.
There you go.
Trying to do less parlays, more singles.
All right, Tens.
Proud.
All right,
surprise of the week.
My surprise of the week is the LSU Tigers actually winning a home opener. They had lost their last 5 season openers, and just surprising that a Brian Kelly led team went to a hostile environment and did what they were supposed to do. LSU is a national title contender, but under Brian Kelly, even back to Notre Dame, his teams always seem to not come up to the occasion, not do what they're supposed to do. So to me, I was very surprised that LSU actually pulled off the win, even though they were the underdogs. So it's not an upset because that would be an upset.
It is an upset, yeah.
That is the definition of an upset. 4-point underdogs. But that was my surprise of the week. I was very surprised LSU not only won, but the score made it seem like it was a lot closer than it was. LSU dominated them pretty much the whole game.
Agreed.
They had that catch for touchdown taken away that would have.
That was garbage.
That was,
and it would have been. Yeah, it should have been a 2 touchdown win at least.
Yeah.
So I actually have this written down this way, so I'm not counting it. My surprise of the week was Clemson losing their opener at home. So it's not LSU based, but it's Clemson based. That is how I had it written.
That's fair.
This Clemson team that a lot of people had really hyped up. Katie Klubnik was in those Heisman conversations, and not to say that they're not going to be a good team still. I really thought that home field advantage would be enough to push them over the edge. Kudos to LSU for coming in and taking care of business. I did not think it was going to happen. I thought that last year Clemson got embarrassed in that first weekend of the year against Georgia. I really thought that they were going to come out and make a statement. I thought Kate Klubnik. I thought the same thing with Arch Manning. To be honest, we may bring him up in a second. I'm not sure in our next category. I really thought that there was a chance both of those guys were going to have awesome weekends and were going to come out as the Heisman favorites. Turns out both of them took step backs this week. So my surprise of the week was that Dabo couldn't get the boys together. Clemson is just kind of struggling along. I heard a stat that in their last 4 SEC games, um, I forget the exact stat, but they really have struggled on third down, and they have basically just had no success. Going back to South Carolina for last year and to Georgia last year, they just have had very little success against their premier opponents. And so I thought this was going to be a page turner, and turns out it was not.
Seems like Dabo really needs to stop being set in his ways and go hit the transfer portal, because it's just
I think
not.
he did even some.
I think it was a little bit, but not like what everybody else is doing.
I mean, he still could go 11-1 and win the ACC and get a playoff spot. Pretty easy. I mean, like I said, these non-conference games in the first slot of the year just don't mean a ton moving forward. I mean, they count, but they don't. It's not everything. There's plenty of football left for everybody.
Clemson got embarrassed last year, week 1, and they're still
that was bad.
They won the ACC and got a playoff spot.
Okay, last category, last superlative for the day. Fraud of the week. There's a lot of people that are in contention here.
Lots of frauds running around.
I am going to the very first game of the weekend. Boise State. Frauds of the week. Top 25 ranked Ashton Genty Merchants. Boise State come out. They score the first touchdown of the game, go up 7-0, and then they have 34 points straight scored against them. They lose 34-7 in their opener after being ranked. Their season is struggling. I'll tell you who is on the come up. And this could have been a category for performance of the week. Alex Golish, the USF
head coach.
I think those guys could be in the G5 position, looking for a playoff spot, because that guy's going to get a Power 4 job soon. He was the guy who famously led the 2022 team. He was offensive coordinator. That was the mastermind behind that team, the Tennessee team. And so he's a very good coach. He is one of those guys who are now being looked at as potential to take a big job somewhere. So you're going to look at there, but Boise State embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, people were talking about Boise State was going to run that conference and be the belle of the ball as far as the outside of the Power 5 conferences getting a playoff team. And, not looking like it. And UCF, I mean, that's another really hard game for Florida in a couple weeks.
USF or UCF?
USF, sorry. That's who
USF is the ones who beat Boise State. Yeah, and maybe we don't have a category for losers of the week, but honestly, if I were getting kind for losers of the week, Florida Gators might be on there, because all of a sudden Miami and Florida State are on their schedule later, and those are no longer looking like fun games to play along with your SEC schedule. So
a very tough SEC schedule.
Their strength of schedule just got harder.
True.
Okay. Tens?
All right. My fraud of the week is Nico. Blah, 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 blah.
Love to see it.
Not only are you just a complete fraud, you try to throw Heupel's system under the bus, saying that's why you struggled. No, it's just because you're bad at football. You leave in a dramatic way, this drama all summer long. You go to UCLA, make less money than you were going to make at UT because you are dumb and your dad is dumb. And then you look absolutely terrible. And I know Utah is a good team. Utah is consistently a good defense. But you were like a 7-point underdog at home. You were missing receivers left and right. He looked terrible. He is a fraud. That whole class of 5-star quarterbacks just might be bad. Some are saying. I saw
some people are saying that.
It was like Nico, Arch, Deontay Thomas, who he plays for Oregon, maybe.
Dante Moore.
Dante Moore. Yeah, Dante Moore. Yes, Dante Moore.
He is starting for Oregon. Oregon look good.
But
pretty good.
Just what a fraud.
Yeah, tough.
You hate to see it.
We enjoyed it.
Full agree. The hate watch was awesome. I watched the highlights the next morning. It was great to see interceptions being thrown. The stadium was like literally 25% full. Couldn't happen to a better guy, more morally upstanding guy. The better part of that story is, I mean, he screwed Tennessee over in a pretty big way, but he also kind of screwed Joey Aguilar over. I mean, he came in at the very last minute, took his starting job. Joey got the biggest like come up in history. He took a job at UCLA, and all of a sudden he's now the starting quarterback at the University of Tennessee, making a lot of money for a good team. Who, I mean, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
So fun stuff there. Shout out to Joey Aguilar. We didn't mention him in our superlatives, but he had a great game as well.
I was seeing some like Twitter accounts. Basically, they were like, I didn't see Nico make throws like that. And it wasn't one of them was like that deep ball. And I don't know if it's just the hate or if that's a legitimate.
It was honestly pretty stark watching it. It was like, oh, and I think all Tennessee fans had the same reaction of, this is the first time our offense has like looked pretty competent since 2022. Which is like a scary thing to think about because that offense was pretty unique, and the Biletnikoff winner was on that roster, and that was a pretty unique roster that year. But it did have some shades of the former offense that we all have come to miss under the last couple of years. So exciting stuff. Okay, Mason.
All right.
Are you gonna go with the golden goose here?
I have something I feel like everybody's gonna either probably put their heads in their hands about. Who knows? I'm not sure. Maybe they'll like it. I'm going my fraud of the week, even with a win, is Michigan. Let me explain. Hold on. Let me explain. So Bryce Underwood gets the first start of his career. They play New Mexico Lobo. Yes, thank you. They play New Mexico Lobos, which I was interested on their defense. Their defense last season was ranked 130th out of 134 FBS teams.
Okay.
At one point during the game, they were only winning by 17 to 10 by a one-score game. They also only play two ranked teams, Oklahoma next week, and then the last game of the season, which is Ohio State. I'm not a believer. I think that they're frauds. They really didn't. I don't believe in them. I think they're frauds. We'll see what happens.
All right. Mason really took this. He really does not want to get this punishment.
He saw the word punishment and ran for the hills.
He's like, guys, I can't do this punishment. That's great. I mean, they at least got the win. I think that's positive. Their offense was horrible last year. Their pass game was like non-existent. So
they couldn't throw a forward pass last year.
They have a lot to come back from.
We'll see what happens against Oklahoma next week.
Oklahoma, famously good defense under Brent Venables. He's getting fired before
they are good
Billy Napier.
I feel like I feel like we buried the lead and we didn't talk about the biggest game of the week at all.
Sorry, guys.
I think we all kind of danced around it because we were afraid. How do we feel? Let's just really quickly wrap up with this topic. Texas, Arch, Ohio State. Izzy, if maybe he's not a fraud, maybe he's not fraud of the week. Maybe he just was playing a great defense. Some people are saying
Ohio State does have a very good defense, and I think Matt Patricia being hired as the defensive coordinator is like a move that people want to laugh at and make a meme because he was so bad as a Lions head coach. He is an excellent defensive coordinator at the college and NFL level. Like he's been very successful at both. And I don't know. I don't think Sark called the best game. It's like he didn't really trust Arch to do much. They weren't doing things you kind of saw them do last year.
I mean, it came down to the fact that they had 2 possessions within the 5-yard line and came away with 0 points.
No points, yeah.
I mean, that's the game right there. They score in those 2 possessions, and all of a sudden they win. I mean,
I think on a neutral field, I think Texas would be favored today, even if they played it. Like if they played again this week, I think Texas would probably be favored on a neutral field.
I think it's a very competitive matchup. I think the fact that I think you're right. A couple breaks definitely went Ohio State's way. I mean, Julian saying though, not bad. Kind of some shades of some of those. I mean, that's the same thing. Ohio State and Georgia have both done this mess where they just plug in a guy who's like pretty good at quarterback, and then the rest of the team is so good that it doesn't matter. Yeah. Georgia's done that a lot. And Ohio State's done the last couple of years too, where they just had guys who were like, sure, he's not going to make a lot of mistakes at least, and then they win games with him. So I don't know.
It was an entertaining game. I mean, low scoring. It wasn't what people probably were going into the weekend expecting. Yeah. Like they probably thought it was going to be more of a shootout, but both those teams are very loaded on defense. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see them play each other again in the playoff.
Definitely.
I think they're both.
I think both are playing pretty conservatively. I think they both were not pulling punches, but just kind of they weren't wanting to make the first mistake, so they were kind of just willing to play really safe football and just kind of see how it landed. And
because they know this isn't their
40-yard touchdown pass ended up being the difference later.
Yeah.
But Arch did have a chance to run a 2-minute drill at the end and potentially get his team to tie the game, and it did not happen. So it's a tall task maybe for a guy who's only played a couple games, but who knows?
We had that as a potential fraud, and Alabama, and neither of those got brought up.
Bama fraud?
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to this pod, you know that me and Zach are super down on Alabama going into the season.
That's a fact.
We took their win total under.
Yep.
Ty Simpson
what did I?
is not the guy. He's been there for 5 years, and he's never once been in contention to be the starting quarterback. Like, that should tell you all you need to know. But this just – Kalen DeBoer, he's been a good coach everywhere he's been. But he just doesn't fit. He's just not the right kind of coach for Bama, and that's okay. Like, he can go back to the Pac-12's gone, so that's not an option. But he's good.
Probably take him back.
Probably. I don't know. They've got a good coach. The guy they got from Arizona. I can't think of his name.
I think the reaction's been pretty funny because we live in a world where the people have access to replays and stuff so fast that it's pretty easy to go back and if you watch some of the replays, I'm not sure if you guys have seen them of the Bama guys like jogging, being behind on play. There's a couple of plays that are really bad.
It's like Saban pulled a scholarship instantly.
That's the stuff that will get you fired or get you in real big trouble. Like that's the stuff that Bama has just come to not put up with. And while Saban's not there, all the boosters are still there. All of the fans are still there, and they come to expect a certain way of playing football. And it seems like it just feels like DeBoer has a certain level of athlete that he is just not managing very well right now. He has a very talented team that should be good, and it's not working out. It kind of feels like the Texas A&M's type years where it's just like you got all the guys, but it's just not.
Can't do anything with them.
Pieces aren't working. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see how the rest. They could very easily go 10-2, still make a playoff, and make a push at the end. Like I think they've got the talent. They could also go 8-4, 7-5, and the hot seat for DeBoer would get hot very fast in Alabama.
I don't see him surviving a 7.
Their schedule is actually pretty soft. If they went 7-5, that would be a tragedy with their schedule. Well, like they'd be losing to a bad team.
Yeah.
October 18th, it's Tennessee and Alabama, and then Alabama, South Carolina, which they look good in their game. LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Well, there you go. There's 4 losses. Feels great.
All in a row.
I like that. That'd be a good game for sellers. If you were listening over the summer and jumped on Heisman plus 2,000 with your boy, he's now at plus 800.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It seems like we know ball.
I don't know about you guys. I feel like a lot of our predictions are coming true.
There's a lot of good stuff happening for our college predictions so far.
I took Notre Dame to miss the playoffs. 0-1.
0-1. If the season ended today, they're not in.
I mean, come on. Carson Beck won his first game with Miami.
Carson
Some
Beck.
people are saying. Okay. You guys have anything else college related here?
No.
I had one more thing I was going to leave with, and then we can be done.
Okay.
This is about. So this is a little bit of a press release, but I thought it was a fun question to ask.
All right.
So this movie's coming out. The Long Walk. Are you familiar?
Yes.
So it's actually a book. Basically, The Long Walk is these people are forced to walk and they have to hit a certain miles per hour. And if they fall below it, they get murdered. So there's this experience happening at a movie theater where there's like treadmills for all the people that are watching it. And if you fall below 3 miles per hour, you get killed. Nope, you are escorted out of the theater. And so my question is to both of you, 3 miles per hour is a 20-minute mile pace. So it's not fast, but it's also not slow. It's like it's not crawling. You got to be moving with some purpose.
Yeah.
How many miles are you walking if your life is on the line? If someone like has a gun to your head, how many miles are you making it before you just fall over?
So you said 20-minute miles?
20-minute mile pace, 3 miles per hour. It's like a 6 on a treadmill, 6.0. No, sorry. 3.0 on a treadmill.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Yeah. 3.0 on a treadmill.
I'm making it pretty far.
So if you do 10 miles, that's 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like 18 minutes.
Yeah. That can't be right.
I do a lot of walking, a lot of running around for my job, so
I think my number
Did I do that wrong?
I don't know how you got 18 minutes if you're walking 20-minute miles, so I just heard you say 18 minutes. I was like, that's not right.
I didn't carry the one.
I think I'm going to say, if I had to put a number on it, for me, I think it would be like 40 miles.
Well, you 40. Did a marathon or a half marathon.
I did. Nah, maybe more than that. You're right. But I have not run since then, so it's pretty bad. Maybe. Okay. Let's go 60. I think that's better. 60 miles.
60.
And that's like, I mean, you're going until you fall over, basically. Till your legs stop working. I don't know. If you're literally your life on the line.
I'm going to 80.
So I did 60 times 20 minutes. Yeah. That's 20 hours of walking.
Correct.
They let them like stop at night to go to sleep.
Do they?
In
the movie?
No, that's a game changer.
In the movie, yeah.
That is something. I could do 60. I could walk for 20 hours straight if my life was on the line.
Yeah, you get to sleep.
I'm just trying to think of like what starts hurting like the legs, because you're like your cardiovascular is probably fine. It's only walking.
What starts hurting?
Your legs would definitely be hurting.
All right, I think I can match Zach on that probably.
Mason, let's be honest. You would go way further than that.
80. I would say like a day and a half. How many hours of sleep do I get? That's
You,
also important.
you famously just jogged through an entire NBA game in college one time on a treadmill. That's not normal behavior.
Oh yeah, okay. That's been a while as well. Okay, I'll say like a
let's
day
act
and a
like you
half,
don't
2
have
days.
a six-pack, a resting six-pack, just sitting here.
I'll say 2 days. I don't know the miles on that, but I'd say I could probably get through 2 days.
Okay.
As long as I get 8 hours of sleep, I'll be fine.
Need the sleep.
Can I need 10? Actually, I'm requesting 10.
Can I podcast while I'm walking? That changes the game.
Can I get like a TV in front of me with all the football games? That also. All right,
Okay.
good work, everybody.
I feel good about that.
So are we going to that movie theater? Is that what I heard?
Thought about it. No, I'm not doing that. We will be back at the end of this week. We are going to be previewing the week to come in college football. We have a couple of fun new segments. NFL is upon us.
Back, baby.
That's coming up on starting Thursday night. So it's exciting stuff. We have a lot going on right now. So be with us. Subscribe to the pod on Spotify, Apple, wherever you are. Where Tins has been on the TikTok grind. He's going to continue to start putting some betting stuff there. Yep. So be with us on TikTok. Be with us. We post these videos on YouTube if you want to see Mason's face. And you want to see me and Tins make faces at him when he takes Michigan as fraud of the week. Like projected to pick like to be like 7th in the Big Ten or whatever. But you can see that live if you want.
Just wait, everybody.
Oh,
and they won
by 17.
Okay, well, we hope you guys have a great week. Go Tar Heels. Shout out to Bill Belichick for his first win as a college football coach. And we will see you next time.